Hi, welcome to the Shelley Studio. Destination China. I am still doing the journal prompts for the Amazing Race Art Journal Challenge, and for this one, I'm still in China. This one is a detour, and the challenge is to create a dragon. So I thought I would use this scrap of paper. It kind of looked like a forest, and it kind of looked a little Chinese for our background. So I'm just gluing that on using matte medium, and I am editing this a little bit, so it does jump a little bit, but I thought it would be better than you watching me collage all the background papers down. So once I get all the background done and I let it dry, I did a glaze with white and glazing medium, which you didn't see. I didn't think it had enough white, so I am going on with some craft paint, and this is just Eggshell is the name of the color, and the paint is by Plaid. So I thought I would do like a misty sort of scene. So that was my intention with the white. So while that's drying, I am going to draw my characters. So I decided for my dragon, it would be one of those dragon puppets that they have, that they use during the Chinese New Year and stuff. So we are creating a dragon in segments. And I do edit this, crop this a little bit too, so that it doesn't take as long. Because this ended up taking quite a while to draw this out. There's our scary little dragon. So now I'm going to go in with my Inktense watercolor pencils and add some color to our dragon. The top spine was designed to kind of look like flames, so we're going to add red, and then we add some yellow and just blend it a little bit to get a little bit of an orange mid-range color there. And now I'm going over it with my water brush just to activate that and blend it a little bit more. I'm blotting off onto my hand so that I can maintain some of the yellow. If I just brush over it, it all turns red, and we want to keep some of that yellow. And now I decided the dragon will start with the yellow, and then I'm adding an orange with the pencil. And then, just in a few areas, I'm going to add the deep red. And blend it all with the water brush. And blotting and stroking from the yellow into the red. If I do it the other way, like I said, you'll lose all the yellow. I'm just doing it kind of carefully to keep the yellow. There we go. And I just keep working around. These areas are just going to stay yellow, hopefully. And then now we're doing his body. Want to keep it kind of light. We don't want it to go all dark. And so I'm doing yellow and then orange, and I'll just do a little bit of red on the edges, and we'll blend in with the water brush. So there's me putting the red on the edges. And again, starting with the yellow, and then blending towards the other colors. And you can see how they would just bleed over and just take over if you're not careful. So now the ruff on the bottom. And this is an image, this dragon is somewhat like something I found on the internet. It's not exact, but it's close. I think I got the body from one and I went and found a different head because I wanted a different dragon head. And now we're going to do the little boys that are holding the dragon puppet. I wasn't sure what color to do for their pants, but I wanted to keep it a little bit light and bright, so we went for green. I wasn't thinking that the background is green when I did this. I just wanted a lighter color. It'll work out. Now I'm using brown because that's like the only color I have. I don't really have skin tone color, but so I put it down and then blot it off a little bit just to give them just so they don't look white. And now I'm cutting them out. You didn't need to see that part. Okay, so I decided after I cut them out, I set them on there. You didn't see that part. I decided the background was the wrong color for my dragon, so we are going to darken this up. So I've mixed a little bit of black with some green, and it was Christmas green, I believe. Yeah, Christmas green. And I'm using the glazing medium as well. And we give this a good coating of the paint. I just use up all that paint, get it all on there. And I let it sit for a while. Not too long, just a little while. And then rub with baby wipe. Just to kind of give it a glaze. Once I do that, I decide it's not quite dark enough yet, so I give it a second coat of the same mix. I think this one seems a little bit darker, it might have had a little bit more black in there. And I let that sit longer this time, and then come back with the baby wipe again. So now we've got a little bit deeper, richer color. I still wanted to try and get the jungly look in the background. And once it's dry, I'm painting some poles for the background. That's what these are, is poles. And they're going to hold our lanterns. Now the lanterns, which you don't see me make, I just used a round punch on some scrapbook paper. Yeah, it was scrapbook paper that I had, and then I snip one edge off so there's a flat top to them. And here I'm just putting a little bit dark brown along the edge just to make these show up a little bit more because I didn't think they showed up quite enough. And it gives them a little bit more dimension. So now this is just black. And these are my ropes, as you will, to hold our lantern from. And here's the circles I created. And notice they have the little flat tops on them. I'm just going to glue them on and make them look like they're hanging from the ropes. And I really liked this color scrapbook paper. It just has this effect that looks like it's glowing. It's very cool. But I think it also helped that I darkened the background back up. That's another beauty of acrylic paint, that you can just, if you don't do something you don't like, you can cover it up. Might not be exactly the same as what you were thinking, but you can always keep going back and forth until you get what you like. When I first started watching YouTube videos, people would make these awesome backgrounds and they just keep going, and it's like you're covering up all that awesomeness. But then it will look great in the end too, so, you know. Put those lanterns in the background. And now we're going to assemble our dragon. So I don't want them running off the page. And I don't want the guys looking like they're floating in the air. So to manipulate this to figure out where everything's going to go, I decided, finally, that I would just start in the center. We will glue the man in the center, or the boy, and work our way out. So now we've got him centered, we can work our way out from there and see where we end up. And I know I'm pretty messy with that matte medium. It's a good thing it dries clear. Because I get it everywhere. On all my projects that I use it on. It just goes everywhere. He's a little smaller, so I tried to lift him up a little bit more so he looked like he was further back. He's just smaller because I drew him smaller, not intentionally. Now I'm giving him a little ground to stand on. Now everything's dry. I'm putting strings on our lanterns to hold them to the rope that's above. And then I decide I need to separate the dragon from the lantern he's on top of so that you can see him, so I start to outline him. And I'm using Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen with a brush tip. It's kind of a stiffer brush tip, which is a good thing, because if it was too soft I'd be in trouble. But I do get a little carried away. That's typical of me. When I start outlining, I go crazy with the outline. I did restrain myself from going around the boys below. And you see the green pants, they stand out plenty fine. They're a little neon compared to the dark green background. And I'm sorry this part's fuzzy. I created a quote, or I found a quote and wrote it down, chopped it up. I'm just inking around the edges. And I edited out the part where I try to figure out where on earth to place the quote. I did it and I'm like, it's so white, it like stands out way too much. But in the end, I think I like where I ended up putting it. And here's the final piece. And the quote is, "Always be yourself unless you can be a dragon. Then always be a dragon." Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, hit like. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.